Is that an X? Is that an O? XO Sports Talk? Yeah, let's go.
I got my swag back.
Welcome, everyone. Glad to have you back. Here it is, our 47th episode. It's April 14th. It's great to be with everyone. I tell you, welcome aboard. Everyone, welcome. It's great to be back again. Hey, fellas, what do you think?
Hey, what's going on, Malcolm? How y'all doing?
It's good to be back. We don't have our other sidekick, Emerson. He's probably somewhere with the psychiatrist talking about his swag. I lost my swag.
Yeah. He's the Bobby Brown of the group.
We hope to have him back next week. Terry, tell me about that subscribe button.
Yep. XO Sports Talk would like to thank our viewers and listeners for their support. We are currently streaming on all media and podcast platforms. If you are watching on YouTube, be sure to hit the notification bell and hit that subscribe button. You can also join in on tonight's discussion by calling the number at the bottom of your screen. For those of you who are listening in, you can call 475-221-5006. Again, thanks for all your support and welcome to tonight's show.
Thank you. And we're going into Easter Sunday, and let's hope that this is the last Easter Sunday where this war is over. And thoughts and prayers are with the people of Ukraine. And truly, let's hope this war is over, that next Easter that they are rebuilding their country.
Agreed.
I agree.
Tragedy.
Yes.
Another tragedy was April 9th, Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Dwayne Haskin died Saturday morning after being hit by a car. Haskin was to start his fourth season with the league. Guys, thoughts of Dwayne Haskin passing? Terry.
It's just sad news to hear. Young man, he's only 24 years old. I didn't realize, I thought he had been in the league longer, but looks like he was only in the league for about 4 seasons or 4 years. But it's just a tragedy. I know he re-signed with the Steelers for 1 year. He was going to be competing with Mason Rudolph and Mitchell Trubisky. So, I mean, I know he was a first-round pick. A lot of people were calling him a bust. But, we never know. It takes time for players, some players in this league to mature. This year could have been his shot. Who knows? He could have been a starter. Nothing but, good things have been said about him since the time of his death. Former teammates, former college teammates, as well as his coaches. So my condolences go out to him and his family, as well as his friends.
Yeah. Malcolm.
Yes, I'd like to start off by saying my deepest condolences out to the family. I mean, truly a tragic to lose athlete like that. The man is from not mistaken, Prince George County, in Maryland. Or is that Virginia? Which one is that? Prince George County. Either way, he's down there, and the man was number one athlete coming out of high school. He was a great athlete coming out of high school. Obviously, he went to, Ohio State, and he did his thing out there, went to one of the best high schools out there in Maryland. And the man, I just sad. And like you said, Terry said he was 24, and the man still had a whole lifetime ahead of him. I mean, unfortunate that it happened. I mean, it is. I mean, hopefully we can get the pieces together and his family can, move on from this.
Mm-hmm. Brian.
I think you're muted.
You okay, B?
Well, Brian's trying to figure out what's going on in his world. For me, you hear a lot of things about the kid, and my heart goes out to his wife and to his family.
Mm-hmm.
We
Tragic.
all have done things when we were young, immature, and
Exactly.
we've had time to grow. And the thing about it is that I found out after his passing that he was spending time going to schools, doing community service, sitting in classrooms, helping kids with algebra that nobody never talks about. They didn't talk about it when he was alive. It came out now that he's gone, and I was happy to hear that. He always wanted to play for the Ohio State Buckeyes. As a little kid, they had a picture of him when he was about 7 years old, and he's got on an Ohio State Buckeyes jersey, and he would say, "I'm going to play for this college."
Mm-hmm.
And his dream came true. And a lot of us as kids, we wanted to play for our favorite team, hoping one day he was able to play for his favorite college football team.
Yeah.
And that's a blessing. I mean, not everybody can live out to do something that they want to do in life, and he was able to do that. And for some of the knuckleheads in the NFL, I'm not even going to say his name. And for the ESPN guy to say a stupid remark, people, grow up. Think about something that you're going to say on Twitter or on a microphone. Have some class. Whether you disagree with a person or not, or if you think they've done something immature in their life, have some respect for the family. Show that you can be mature enough not to say something stupid. I'm sorry, Brian.
Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me?
No, not up.
No? How about
Brian's
now?
having technical problems over there.
All right, go ahead. Can you guys hear me?
It's all good.
NBA talk around the locker room. Malcolm.
Yes, in the NBA, I tell you, man, it was a good game between the Clippers and the Pelicans,
Mm-hmm.
and they balled out. I mean, till the end.
No, Clippers and T-Wolves.
T-Wolves, I'm sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
T-Wolves, Clippers and T-Wolves. Because they had the NBA play-in.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the other game was the Hawks. And who did the Hawks crush? They crushed
Charlotte.
Charlotte, yes.
Yeah.
Charlotte's an up-and-coming team, and they're very disappointed they ain't out. But the matchup coming up tomorrow is going to be the Hawks versus Cleveland and the Pelicans versus the Clippers. This is the Clippers' chance to come back because I know they only got PG. They wish they had the claw, They don't have the claw, so it is what it is. Man's a great player. So we'll see how they make out. It's still early. I think Saturday games, man. Saturday games are going to be really exciting. I mean, depending on how they get it, They got the Jazz versus the Mavericks. They got Timberwolves versus the Grizzlies. They got the Raptors versus 76ers. And they got the Nuggets versus the Warriors. That's for Saturday game. So you know how that's going to fall out. And it's going to be some good basketball. This is what I look forward to when it comes to NBA basketball, the playoffs. Playoffs is what it's all about. I mean, you know, the regular season, they get their work in, they stretch their legs, get it together, but everybody builds up for the playoffs. But I know one team that ain't in the playoffs or in the playing game. The LA Fakers, boy, I tell you, woo, they try to blame everybody but themselves now, you know? And them, I don't make front office decisions. Yeah, but they come to you for them. So, yeah, pick this dude up, pick that dude up. Good luck. As long as y'all got them 2 contracts, y'all ain't doing nothing. Because Davis contract, you ain't getting nobody. And you got LeBron contract, you ain't getting nobody. I'm telling you right now, Russell contract killed everything. So, and ain't nobody going to take Russell contract. You got to give him away and then sell him. So, it is what it is. Back to the NBA.
Terry.
As that old commercial, some of us will remember. Some of the young kids might not. NBA, it's fantastic. But just this week, I had my eyes, or as Emerson would say, I had my ear to the streets with the Golden State Warriors. I'm interested in seeing how they're gonna do without Steph Curry going up against the Nuggets. I'm interested to see if Steph Curry or when he'll come back. I know the schedule for this playoff series kind of favors the Warriors. I know they have the first 2 games at home on Saturday and Monday. Yeah. And then they get 2 days off before they get it. They go to Denver and play in game 3. And then they got another 2 days off or game 4 in Denver. And if it gets to game 5, there's another 2 days off before that. So they have 2 days off almost after every game they play. So that could give him some time to kind of, I guess, practice, get back on the court with his team, do some contact drills. So that's going to be interesting to see because I'll tell you what, not having to worry about chasing Curry around, not saying Denver's a great defensive team, but that could help them a lot, and that could give them the confidence they need to pull off an upset. So I got my eye on that series.
Oh, they can win that game. They can win that series.
Yeah, they
can win that series.
Brian,
I don't know if you guys can hear me yet. So,
man, silent movie man.
Yeah.
Live. Call in. You got a phone? You can call us in there, buddy.
Yeah, I might have to, man. Yeah.
Call in. You need the number 475-221-5006. Before we move on, Aaron, I just I want to give a shout out to family and a friend of the show, Pete, or government name Phil Dixon.
All right.
And is in the chat, says, "What's up, guys?"
Hey, what's up? What's up, buddy? Thanks
Tell him I said hi, ho.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
You got somebody else?
We have someone in the chat, Bethany and Jeanette, saying that they could hear Brian. They said they could hear you. Yeah, they said they could hear you, B. So if you could give us a hand signal, let us know when you're done talking. With that.
Yeah, I guess Brian's trying to, start his own show.
Yeah. So if you're gonna talk, Brian, let us know when you're done. Just give it the old I'm done.
Yeah, the XO2 show of Brian's solo act.
Yeah, somehow he's gonna figure out a way to blame this on us, guys. Yeah. So.
Thank you, Bethany.
My thing with the Lakers, I thought it was dead wrong to blame to fire the coach.
I agree.
It was not his fault.
No, it wasn't.
I think the person that I would be looking at is the general manager.
Pelinka.
Yes.
Rob Pelinka.
Yeah.
For making those for bringing Westbrook on the team. You're the general manager. LeBron is the star of the show. But you have to sit LeBron down and say, look, we're bringing in $80 million. He is not worth it.
Yeah.
If you're going to say that Westbrook is going to come off the bench, you
Not
might
for
be able
$80
to
million.
make that. You could maybe make that work. But to me, Westbrook game is about Westbrook. He turns the ball over way too much. And LeBron and me and Emerson would go at this. His game does not fit LeBron's style of basketball. LeBron holds on to the basketball way too long. And now you've got Westbrook stagnant, just standing around, waiting to see what he's going to do. And it was just a bad fit. And I thought it was dead wrong for them to blame the coach.
They gave him a scapegoat. They gave him a scapegoat.
Someone's
Vogel,
gonna have to
don't
take the
worry.
blame.
Vogel's gonna
You
get a
guys hear
job
me?
somewhere. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, but if to me, I would get the team. I would trade LeBron, and I would trade Davis.
LeBron got no trade clause.
I would say to LeBron, where do you want to go?
Yeah, you can't do that.
Because
Cleveland, it's for you.
the reason why I would trade LeBron right now is this: you were able to bring a championship to LA.
I got a question. I'm sorry, brother. What about that big albatross named Westbrook that's holding up your whole team's salary cap?
You're
You can't
stuck
get no
with,
40,
players.
45
you're
mil.
stuck with Westbrook.
You darn right you are.
But Davis and LeBron are pieces that you can trade for the future.
No trade clause,
I
bro.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I
about
said
that.
you would have to sit down with LeBron. And I think LeBron, the way this team is set up, that he cannot win for the next 2 years, I think LeBron would say, okay, I'm out of here.
I want them to suffer for the next 2 years.
I know
want them to
you
stay.
do, Malcolm,
I
but
want them to stay.
But for LeBron sees the writing on the wall. Westbrook's not going nowhere with another $40 million next year. So you can't trade him. Davis is beat up.
Street clothes.
Yeah. Street clothes Davis. So no, I'm not too wild about the Lakers. I do hope my Miami Heat advances more into playoffs, but I think the team to beat right now in the East is New Jersey Nets.
The Nets?
Over Milwaukee, huh?
Yes.
Milwaukee too. Milwaukee also.
And I think the team that I'm going to go with in the West there is the Phoenix Suns. And I see the Phoenix Suns winning the NBA championship.
Yes, I can't. As long as they're healthy. Remember, we always got that thing. It's called CP3. So let's make sure he's healthy. Cross your fingers.
Yeah. And you know what? The thing is, the players around him, the young kids,
they're good.
They're listening to him, and it's paying off.
They're a good team, period. They're a very good team.
Guys, what did you think of the WNBA draft and the picks? Terry.
I think the Atlanta Dream and Ryan Howard, they're the biggest winners out of this year's WNBA draft. The Dream, they were able to pull off a big trade with the Mystics to get the top pick, moving up from the third pick in the draft. They had a terrible season last year, so they're kind of in full rebuild mode. And Ryan Howard is a player. She's been putting in the work since high school, college, and at an international level, and it's paid off for her. Congratulations to her for being a top pick in this year's draft. And that's a good cornerstone for them to, rebuild and start their franchise over. The biggest loser in the draft to me was Destiny Henderson from South Carolina. It seems like almost every year in every sport, right, you have a player that's kind of projected to go top 10 in the first round, and for whatever reason, they fall,
Mhm.
And so with her, winning an NCAA title and having a good game at that, she scored 26 points. She played great defense against Paige Beckers of UConn. I just thought, she definitely was a top 10 pick. So that being said, I just feel like teams strayed away from her because of her size. She's 5'7", and I think her height kind of scared off a few teams. So
How's
that's
her
just my
quickness,
take.
Terry?
Oh, she's very quick, very athletic player. But it's, you're in a league where majority of the women are at least 6 feet tall. There's that perception that, it's in the men's league as well. You're short, you won't be able to compete.
Now, can I ask you a question to that, Terry?
Mm-hmm.
Is she like a Muggsy?
A
little scrapper?
No, better.
Yeah, she's definitely a scrapper. I think she might be a little bit better because she has a better outside shot.
You got a shot.
Not to say Muggsy Bogues didn't have an outside shot, but I would say overall the players today, for the most part, they just have a better outside shot than, say, going back a few eras.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she'll do well. It's just kind of a shame that she didn't go top 10.
Mm-hmm. Malcolm.
Well, I want to big up the wonderful, beautiful young lady out of Jackson State University, Amisha Williams Holiday. She got drafted this is the first HBCU to get drafted in the WNBA in 20 years. She got drafted by the Indiana Fever. I'm saying, great job. I love seeing the HBCUs, stand up and, do their things and be more recognized. I mean, whether it's college football or college basketball, because Dion was poking the bear at certain teams that didn't come see the workouts or the combines for the HBCU players. These boys are athletes too. They just didn't get, unfortunately, picked into a Division I school, which some of these HBCUs are Division I. They just didn't get picked to the notable Michigans and Indianas and the, you know what I mean, the Kentuckys and all that. So it's going to be tough, for HBCU because they got a lower budget. They don't have that prime network to showcase their talent. And there's a lot of talent in HBCU. I'm telling you now. I mean, they may not have developed their freshman year, but by the time they come to their senior year, they're more mature, they're well-balanced, they know the game of basketball, and it's a great thing. Like I said, shout out to the NBA and the Indiana Fever for drafting that wonderful young lady out of Jackson State University. That's what I want to say about the draft, So big up to that.
I got a question for both of you guys.
Go.
Are you going to watch? No, I'm going to hold on for that for a second.
Ask Brian. He can respond, and then Brian can respond, and then everybody else can hear him but us.
I think I hear him.
You can hear him?
You hear me?
I think so.
No, he's still doing his own. He's still doing his own show.
All right.
Major League Baseball around the bases talk. Malcolm.
Yes. I'm glad to see baseball got started. Opening day came out. Yankees came out, played. They won a few games. The Dodgers won their game. It's great to see, baseball back and, in rare form, because it's still way early to worry about who's going to finish where I mean, way too early. But it's just great to see these boys playing. I mean, I like to tell people, look out for this kid, Vladimir Guerrero. He's just a superstar in itself. Shohei Ohtani, he's just a two-position superstar. He's just fantastic with it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He's just it, you know. Just love seeing these players. When Tatis comes out, you know, Tatis, you know, he's gonna, once he becomes healthy, he'll do his thing. But the notable superstars are gonna do their thing. So it's still early for baseball, but I love seeing baseball back. Welcome back, baseball.
Terry.
Well, it's kind of a yearly thing, but I have my eyes on the Mets. Is this their year? I've heard for the past 2 years they've got an owner that likes to spend money.
He spent it.
The players that have gone there say the same thing about him. So, you know, I'm just wondering, is this the year for the Mets? Right now, they're first in the NL East, I think, with 5 wins and 2 losses. The Phillies, the National, and the Braves, and the Marlins are at 500 or below right now. So can they pull it off? Can the amazing Mets?
Way too early. Way too early.
I know, but you know how the talk starts. You know, especially in New York, you get off to a nice hot start. You hear the chatter on the radio. So, but I'm watching them right now. I was pulling for them last year, and it just didn't pan out. So we'll see.
What they think?
I think the team that's in the Major League East that is going to make a run is the Toronto Blue Jays. They came close to making the playoffs last year, and that was a team, Toronto and Tampa Bay had the Yankees' numbers. And you could see that Toronto was like, you know what? We don't fear the Yankees. We think we can beat them. And they're getting more confident that they can slug with the Yankees, but will their pitching hold up?
Yankees can't slug no more.
No, but the Yankees can do one thing. They can trade.
Mm-hmm. They're going to have to.
The Yankees still have the money to go and trade before the trading deadline. But kudos to Toronto. They went out and got four guys that fathers that played in the Major League Baseball. Guerrero, Biggio, Bichette. I'm missing one. Guerrero,
Biggio.
Biggio.
What's the fourth?
Hey, Gurriel's he's a legacy too, isn't he?
What is the fourth one?
Dante Bichette's son.
Yep.
Guerrero's son.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey.
Okay.
What's going on,
Can't
man?
keep me down. I had to dial in.
What's going on?
Dial in. All right, man. That's good. Get our ratings up.
Did the people from the chat told you to go back to do your regular job?
Yeah. So I'm working it out. Technical difficulty.
Yeah, you still working it out because it sounds like you're in Mexico right now. But
yeah, I'm calling in.
I
Sound like
do,
you're
the
talking
fourth
to
player?
a can with strings.
yeah, but I do think Toronto is the team to beat, and let's see what happens with them. Now, United States Football League. Guys, are you ready for some football? Terry.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm gonna tune in. That first game is what is it? The Generals
Sunday.
and is it Sunday or Saturday?
Thought it was Sunday.
All right. Well, I'm tuning in regardless. I want to see some hits. There may be some talent, some unscouted talent that can be found in the league. I'm looking to see some amazing plays, some big hits. It'll fix my football fix for a little while until the NBA playoffs get into full swing, and then you got hockey. I think hockey, their playoffs are starting in May, so it'll be my little fix until baseball gets hot.
Brian.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
The guy with the string in the can. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Poker
I'm
mean
definitely
can.
gonna tune into it. You got 8 teams total, split between two divisions. They're gonna play 10 games total. So I'm gonna tune into it. Sports fan as myself, football, any form, I like it, so I'm gonna watch it.
Mm-hmm. Malcolm.
Yeah, I'm gonna tune in and out probably, a couple times just to see what it's like, just to see what they bring to the game, what change of rules that they're gonna bring to the game. They do some good, they come up with some good ideas, that the NFL have adopted after, they folded, every time they fold. So they're going, what is it, third time the charm for this one? So I hope things pan out, because you still want to see guys go out and get their checks and go out there and compete in football. It's a good sport, great sport.
I'm curious about it. You have some former football NFL coaches that are going to be coaching the teams, and it's basically, some of these guys are going to have an opportunity if they're good that scouts from the NFL are going to look at them, and somebody may get picked up. So it's a good opportunity for them. I think I will tune in and see exactly just the style class of football that they're bringing out there. And let's hope that it's a good product, because if it's not, that will be done quick and over. Question for you guys. Will the USFL ever be able to compete against the NFL? Malcolm.
No, not even close.
Well,
they own their own day of the week. No.
Don't give me a long answer.
No.
Terry.
No, I agree with Malcolm. Not only do they own their own, they own one day of the week, and they own Monday and Thursday. They won't be able to compete. NFL is a monster, a dynasty that they're not going to be able to topple. What I would like to see is something like what maybe the NBA did. Can we get like a
G League thing? Yeah.
Can they get together with the professional NFL teams and kind of do a development league? You're gonna have former NFL coaches. I'd like to see something like that happen. You can get some talent brought into the NFL that way, and I think people would tune in as well maybe a little bit more if they knew that their team was working with some talent, undeveloped talent that could potentially help their team get to the playoffs or win a Super Bowl title.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they'll explore that. I hope they do.
Brian.
Not going to be able to
compete with it.
It's only gonna substitute for something on the off season. And
bear with me because I'm hearing myself twice.
Yeah, I can hear it.
But
yeah.
but
going off of
that,
and
you guys were talking about
the
WNBA
and the success
of that.
I would like to see
the women's MLB
come in with
the MLB come in with a league for the ladies, for women. Softball has a great following in college for ladies, college softball.
So I would like to see
that.
Like that, man.
NFL, unfortunately, is just going to laugh at the USFL because right now the NFL is just a machine. It's a diabolical cash register that just keeps collecting money, money, and money. You have the NFL draft that's coming up at the end of the month, and their ratings for the draft alone is better than the NBA, better than the hockey championship, better than the baseball championship, just for the NFL draft. That's insane.
They made it prime time. Smart move. Smart move.
Prime time, and they've turned the draft into
A weekend.
into a place where that people bring their kids, their family, and they make it a special weekend.
Yeah.
And kudos to the NFL for doing that, because you're just bringing in more. And the USFL, you're just trying to get your feet wet, and you're just going up. You're going up against a monster, and the monster's going to chew you up. So
Yep.
stay in your lane and just hope that it can float. But in the end, it's the summertime coming, and you're coming out of COVID, and a lot of people are not just going to want to sit in the house and watch a football game. You may have some people that may want to go and watch the football game in the stadium, but I think you're going to have a hard time once that weather hits 85 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
People are out of the house. They're not going to sit around. So that's my take on the USFL.
Let's be like officer and a gentleman. They got nowhere else to go.
Congratulations to Scotty Scheffler winning the Masters on Sunday. He's the number one golfer on the PGA tournament. Malcolm, what did you think?
He did a great job from start to finish. I mean, from day one, he jumped out in front. Second day, he really took over. It was just great. I mean, within another light, seeing Tiger out there, because he had a good day one. Day two was, he was one over, and he just couldn't keep up, Like I said, it's just great to see Tiger out there. And the following he had was tremendous. Oh, my God. Like I said, I said it before, golf needs Tiger. Just him being out there helps everything. But congratulations to Scotty Scheffler. You did your thing, man. He's a champion.
Terry.
Yeah, like Malcolm said, I agree. He was dominant. Got off to a great start. Got a little shaky towards the end, but congratulations to the young man from Texas. First major win. And let's see if he's got more of the type of performance he had on Sunday or during the course of the week, for other major tournaments. Much success to him.
They said Bryson DeChambeau is doing surgery this week, if I'm not mistaken. So I was wondering why he wasn't in the mix. He's a good golfer too. He's always, one of the top 5 in the world. And just to see him not in there, it was just crazy. I was like, why he ain't up in the leaders board? But they say he's going through, I think he's doing surgery next week or something like that.
Brian.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. Congratulations to him for winning. He played well. Got a little shaky down at the end, but win is a win. Tiger, I didn't expect him to win. I just wanted him to compete and play well. And he started off well. And then later on, you can kind of see it looked like his body was kind of breaking down or getting a little tired, which you would expect after everything he's been through, the long layoff. Yeah. But he played well, finished, Let's see if he can play in the Open, if he can do that. But as Malcolm did say, he brought excitement to golf and to sports in general, because the buzz was he going to play? Then when he did play, you could just see all the buzz around sports.
Mm-hmm. My hat's off to Scotty Scheffler, number one golfer on the PGA Tour. It looked like his caddy walked up to him because he bogeyed the hole. Like, hey, you know you're messing with my money, right? I get a 10% cut. Straighten up and stop goofing around. Take that smile off your face. Focus. And he was
Act
able
like
to.
a man.
Yeah, I'm saying to myself, whoa, what is this guy doing? Somebody hit him with a bucket of cold water. Get yourself together, man. Because if the game was close, could you imagine what they would have said about him on the last hole?
There's been others that choked before.
Yeah,
The
but
shark.
you know what? For the way that he was playing all week, and then to just blow it on the 18th hole, he would have been right there on the podium with Greg Norman. But, kudos that he wasn't on the stage with Greg Norman. Tiger Woods, your thoughts on Tiger Woods' body holding up to play on Sunday, Malcolm?
I mean, hats off to Tiger. I mean, he gave it a shot. Obviously, he was aching and doing what he had to do to get through. You can see him as he was walking with his club, leaning on his club a little bit. Had a little limp as he was walking up those hills because, like they said, Augusta has those hills. So, I mean, good for him. I mean, hopefully he'll get better. Let's hope he heals first. That's the best thing for him. Let him heal. That way he can get around comfortably and walk around. Golf can come later, because he already gave enough for golf. Trust me. Mm-hmm. And we appreciate everything that he's done. So just hope that he gets well first and heals and able to have good mobility throughout the rest of his career.
Well said. Terry.
Like I said last week, we all know that Tiger is mentally tough. So I thought he'd be able to compete at least for a couple of rounds. The thing that surprised me, like Malcolm said, with his injury, his leg injury, was I thought he did really good with his driver, which that was something I didn't expect him to do well. Unfortunately, he kind of struggled on the greens. I know he was kind of chalking that up to, if I think I remember hearing him correctly in a press conference, say, hey, I'm from Florida. The greens out here are way different. The greens in Florida are a little bit smoother. They don't have the dips and dives that Augusta has. But I thought he did well. As far as just doing well on the greens, I think that's just going to come with time. Like Malcolm says, if he can heal up, get some time out on the course, a couple tournaments here or there, I think his short game will come right back into form. So just got to stay tuned.
Brian.
And piggyback off what he just said, I thought it was his driver, his putter. Honestly, he just couldn't get a good feel for it. But like I said earlier, I was just glad that he was able to finish respectably. And you just got to just keep going. But Father Time is undefeated, and his body has been through a lot. So just play and enjoy it.
Yeah. It was good to see him out there after all that he's gone through, trying to rehab to get his body where that he can play for 4 days. But it was kind of sad to a degree because, you would see him usually walking with that strut around Augusta. And then at times now he's using the his club as a cane, walking at times, and I'm like, oh man, this is sad. But the fans were like, hey, you know what? We understand and we appreciate you. And that was a class act by the fans in Augusta that, we know you're not the man that you used to be, but we still appreciate what you brought to the game. And I thought that was truly a class act on the fans there.
Yes.
And let's not forget all the players that have won the Masters, winning back to back. Still don't see many of those.
No, you don't.
Yep.
Because I think the first time Tiger played at Augusta and won the championship, he shot a 22 under.
He killed it. He beat the field by like 11 shots, 10 or 11 shots. Second place he basically won it by the third day.
And it was like either the first one or the second one. Then the Masters changed the course.
They changed the course after the first one.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. They try to tiger-proof it. So that's what they call tiger-proofing it. And then he won the U.S. Open when the U.S. Open came up, and they said, oh, he'll never win the U.S. Open, such and such. They won the U.S. Open, and next thing you know, whenever they go to another course, they try to tiger-proof that. It's called tiger-proofing it.
Yeah.
But it's I just, it's sad to see him like that, but we're happy to see him out there.
Yeah.
And we're going to tune in and watch him play. Guys, I got a question for you. Are you ready for this one? Lamar Jackson, as we know, him and the Baltimore Ravens are trying to figure out a contract. Right now, they're not speaking. And did you know that Lamar Jackson is going in there to negotiate his own contract? Good move or bad move? Terry?
I'm gonna look at it as a good move. As a good faith move on his part. I know it is a business. And I just wish him all the best in trying to negotiate his own contract because you got some sharks out there in those waters. But I think Deshaun Jackson's contract will actually work in his favor in terms of whatever he's trying to negotiate as far as money. I think that happening will definitely help his cause. So we'll see what happens. If it gets too crazy out there, Lamar, go get yourself a good agent. Don't play around because it is a business. Sometimes it's a rough business, and they sharks see that blood in the water. Forget about it.
Let me ask you this, Terry. Do you think Lamar should get $170 million fully guaranteed?
I'll look at it from a player's perspective, and I won't look at it as like a fan or a franchise. As a fan, I would say no, because I want to get other players to be able to help him out. But for what he's done for that organization, I'm looking at it as a player, as if I were him. Yeah, go for it. Maybe this is the new trend. You get fully guaranteed money, and we'll see how this trend works out for teams and the owners and organizations. But this was bound to happen sooner or later.
Malcolm.
My thing is, I'm pretty sure he has a number in his head where he wants to match, where he wants to get to. And the man, it ain't hard to figure where he falls. on the scale. You know, it's either right above Pat Mahomes and right underneath Aaron Rodgers, because he means that much to the team, the franchise. I mean, if you're going to throw him $35 million, he ain't going at that. I'm telling you now. He's $42 million plus. I mean, he's $42 million plus. He's going to get his money. And the thing is, make sure he gets together with how much he's going to be guaranteed. That's the key. Forget what all the numbers they throw at you, blousy. What signing bonuses, blousy. Get what's guaranteed. You know, that way you got something to work with, and you got a ballpark. He's gonna get his money.
Right.
Hell of high water, he's gonna get his money.
I'm going to come back to you on something with that, what you just said, Malcolm. Brian.
I did know about him representing himself. That's a shaky, dicey, but he's got to be in the top 3. There's no doubt. He's got an MVP in his resume. He won a playoff game. He elaborated on getting some players that they never really had an elite wide receiver with him yet. So they're still trying to get that, I guess. So it's all about the question about how much money is going to be guaranteed. Because he's definitely getting in the top 3 on base salary. So if I'm him, I'm representing myself. I'm just taking the words of Fat Joe, and I'm just going to say,
yesterday's price is not today's price.
that's it. Meeting's over.
Now, Malcolm,
Yes.
you said guaranteed money.
Yes.
I don't trust guaranteed money. And the reason why I don't trust guaranteed money, you hear like they say a player has got $80 million guaranteed money. You can have guaranteed money if you're on the roster. If you're not on the roster, then the money's not guaranteed.
Meaning your starting quarterback wouldn't be on the roster?
Well, here's what I'm saying is the language for a contract, when you say guaranteed, so if
Guaranteed is guaranteed.
No, it's not. Because this is one of the reasons why. If you have a contract and you're supposed to get guaranteed money and you're not on the roster, then your money's not guaranteed.
They ain't gonna listen, hold on. You gonna tell me
I'm just saying. I'm not talking about what they would do to. I'm not
cut clause. You're talking about cut. My thing is, so you're saying if he gets cut, he don't get the money.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying. Well, here's one for you. What happens if he has a knee injury?
That's a part of a knee injury. You get paid during a knee injury. You get hurt. It happened during football. Now, if it happens and you're in a motorcycle or skiing accident, it is what it is.
Not the next season, though.
Yes, it is.
I'm
Don't
a
matter.
little lost.
It does matter.
What do you mean guaranteed?
Bro, hold on.
Guaranteed is
Slow down. If
No,
he gets injured during football, it's injury during football. So he's getting all his money. But if he gets injured like in a ski accident or doing something reckless, motorcycle, whatever, they can void that contract. They can't void the contract due to how can I say work-related injury? That's work-related, bro.
I understand work-related.
I don't know what union you in,
I'm
but
saying
that union ain't gonna stand for that.
Well, if you get hurt, if you get hurt this season,
yeah,
right, 2022 for the 2023, 2023 and 24, and you can't play, they can release you.
Okay, he's still getting paid though. They can release him all they want. That guaranteed is guaranteed.
Guaranteed, though. Yeah.
You're gonna release me tomorrow. You pay me $150 million. You give me the $150 million, I walk.
Okay.
Hey, Eric.
NBA does that all the time.
In the contract, how much of the contract is guaranteed? So, for instance, if it's 150 and he's 75 million is guaranteed, and he gets hurt the next that first season of the contract, that 75 is guaranteed, right?
What I'm saying is, how is the language in the contract? That's all I'm saying.
Oh
Guaranteed
yeah,
is guaranteed.
That's all.
hear what
we
you're
don't
saying.
know that.
That's all
It
I'm
ain't
saying.
warranty, it's
Say for-
guaranteed.
What I'm saying is, Malcolm, sometimes you can have a player that you get guaranteed money if you're on the roster come next season. So if you don't make the roster, the money's then not, it's not guaranteed because you did not
Hopefully
make
he knows what he's doing.
that's where language, that's what I'm saying.
That's
Language.
dead money on the cap then. Because if they promised it to him, let me give you an example. Dak got 75 million this year. None of that was guaranteed. Can they take it back?
Well, you're not going to do that. All I'm saying is not for every player. A quarterback, special running backs, special players have special contracts. If you're up in the elite,
and Lamar has what?
Who? Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what I'm afraid for Lamar. He's going in there doing his own contract.
Bro, I'm pretty sure he had some legal people talking to him in his ear. You know, Ray Allen represented himself when he got his mid-level max. 3 players did their mid-level max, and then
When you're the NBA, your money is fully guaranteed.
Baseball
but not in the NFL.
That's what Deshaun Watson got, right?
He got fully guaranteed money.
So why would he take anything?
No, Malcolm.
Less than that.
It was fully guaranteed.
No, but
that was everything, though.
Exactly. That's why the other owners were furious with the Cleveland Browns because they've now put new language in for a contract fully guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
So that $250 million
guarantee is guaranteed.
No, it's
That's
not.
all I can tell you. I don't know what contract you've been thinking about, but guarantee is guaranteed. If they say he signed for 80 million, only 65 million is guaranteed, he's getting the 65 million. Hella high water. Mm-hmm. Whether he comes or not comes to work. Okay?
But what they're
now, if they say if it's 150 million and only 90 of it's guaranteed, he's getting the 90 million. That's the guarantee. The other rest isn't. So, like I said, it's called guarantee, not warranty. So if you're broke, they can't fix it. You ain't going back to the shop.
I think what you'll see from this, Aaron, is Deshaun Watson got guaranteed money. Let's say Lamar Jackson gets guaranteed money.
No. He got fully
guaranteed.
Fully guaranteed.
But take a scenario where, they start doing that. I think if a player gets hurt and has a knee injury, but they get that fully guaranteed money, if that happens a couple times, I think that'll stop the trend. Right now, it seems like it's a trend that's happening in the league. And I think all it takes is for a couple quarterbacks to get hurt that have that fully guaranteed money or another player, and you won't see that happening. The owners are against it now, and it won't happen.
Let me ask you a question.
I think it can happen.
Let me just ask
go ahead, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
With the resume, Lamar's resume, Deshaun's resume, who's better?
Lamar.
Well, yeah, I haven't seen Deshaun.
One's the MVP. One is it?
I would say Deshaun.
Deshaun? He didn't make the playoffs.
He hasn't even made a playoff.
I haven't seen him play.
If I had to go between Deshaun Watson and Lamar, I'm going with.
You said resume.
Resume.
He didn't say yards thrown. Resume. Lamar resume kills his win percentage. It kills his. He's been in the playoff and won a playoff game, and he's an MVP. So tell me where the heck does Deshaun's come close?
So that's why I'm like, I can't see him taking less. He's got to be right there.
Got to be right there.
I think I would say it's about dead even.
Ain't no hometown discount.
It's tough for me to say.
And the reason why I say this is this. Deshaun, who's had more talent around them, Deshaun or Lamar?
Deshaun.
Deshaun.
Has more.
He had the
Deshaun
greatest
had more
receiver,
talent.
one of the best receivers in the league.
Yeah.
One of the best receivers in the league.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lamar never had that.
Lamar's had one of the best offensive lines in the league. Lamar's had
Wait, who
the
you throwing
best
to? Who you throwing to?
running game. I'm not saying Jackson. If you're going wide receivers,
tomatoes and tomatoes now. You know, tomatoes and apples and oranges.
If you're going wide receivers, I would say that Houston had a better wide receiver. But if you're going all around that offense, Lamar had a better offensive team around him.
He had better coaching, better skill, better.
Well, yeah, go ahead. You got to say better players.
You're saying a better team?
Some better players, not all.
Better offense.
Not all.
Huh?
Because he had best receiver in the league.
He had the best receiver in the league, but who had the better offensive line?
Don't matter, bro.
Yeah, it does matter. If you can't throw the football.
Yo, he got nobody to throw to. He got nobody to throw to. He's running for his life too. Lamar Jackson running for his life too.
Yeah. Okay. I guess this is to be continued at another day.
Yeah.
Because we have reached the 1 hour moment. We came out of the gates a little tired, a little slow, but damn, did we catch on fire at the end.
Yeah.
I got a quick question from we could just touch on it for a minute or so. Phil wants to know what our thoughts are on Brady coming out of retirement.
Ooh, I got a good thought on that.
Go ahead, shoot.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Go first, Brian.
To me, I think I said it last week that this whole thing with Brady coming back was like the bathroom and not turning on the fan. Because they talking about, I think I sent you guys a text. It was Belichick, and he got wind of Brady wanting to go to Miami and possibly telling Flores about what was happening to open up that can of words to put the kibosh on it. So it makes me wonder a little bit.
Malcolm.
I spoke on it before. I mean, don't matter to me. Brady's the GOAT, but to me, they're gonna have their own problems, man. They're gonna have their own problems. I mean, they'll make the playoffs. They'll win their division, but that's about it. I don't see them winning the whole thing, though. Brady will be Brady, though. So he's gonna get pounded around this year.
Terry.
Like I said last week, I mean, it's good for the NFL. You'll have ratings, but like I said last week, I hate to see him go. He went out on top. I hate to see him go out on a stretcher now, but you know why? There's no need. Like Malcolm said, you're the GOAT. I don't see a quarterback. Patrick Mahomes is supposed to be that guy. He won't even come close. Yeah, he won't even come close to what Brady's accomplished. So why?
Well, I think Brady's sitting right in the driver's seat. You don't have that many good quarterbacks in the NFC conference. I'll be nice and I'll throw Dak Prescott in there. I'll be nice. Mm-hmm. You've got
Aaron Rodgers ain't good?
Oh, no, I was about to say him, Malcolm. Aaron Rodgers. Mm-hmm. But
Dak Prescott's first.
When you take a look, where are all your young, bright quarterbacks? Not bright, but all your young quarterbacks. They're all over in the AFC
West,
AFC conference. Yeah. And so all those quarterbacks over there are going to beat each other up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the short run to get to the Super Bowl is in the NFC. Because you got Stafford, mm-hmm. Prescott, Aaron Rodgers.
How about Galappo?
Jimmy G?
Jimmy G.
Jimmy G, I mean,
he's a winner.
He's a winner, but can he stay healthy?
He was healthy last year.
No, not really. He had to have what was it? Shoulder surgeries, Terry?
Torn ligament in his thumb. And I think his shoulder was messed up too.
So, I mean,
no comment.
I think you just have a lot of you just have a lot of young quarterbacks in the AFC, and they're going to beat each other up. But the shorter run is in the NFC, and it gives Brady a better chance. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Phil, for the question. Malcolm, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. That's the best thing to say.
Terry, tell me about that subscribe one more time, please.
Yeah, we want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Remember, if you're watching us on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, tap that notification bell. Thanks for everyone listening in tonight. We'll see you next week. Hopefully we'll have Bobby Brown back, and maybe we'll continue the discussion with Aaron and Malcolm to kick off the show.
My prerogative.
Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
We'll work out these technical difficulties here.
No, you're fired, Brian.